Ever gotten locked out of your computer, currently locked out of your computer, or you just want to be a hero to one of your friends or family? I'm going to explain what to do about Windows, passwords, and locked out of session. Welcome to TQA Weekly. I'm your host, Steve Smith, aka Z-Axis, and yes, you may call me that. And today we'll be talking about Windows and forgotten or corrupted password files. Fun. Yeah, before we get anywhere near that topic, I have, warning, this is a preemptive methodology of password loss protection, and you must perform these tasks prior to password loss, as you may be unable to recover your account without these files, account types, and backups. Some of these solutions will render Microsoft version of encryption tool to lose its encryption key, so make sure you keep backups of those. But if you don't, and you do things like remove the password and whatever, it will kill those encryption keys. And this is where I come in and say, you know what? Use TrueCrypt instead. It's operating system unreliant, it's open source, it's on Linux, Unix, Windows, Mac, iPhone, everything. It's on everything. That's very simple to say. Microsoft is on Microsoft, TrueCrypt's on everything. And you don't have to deal with encryption keys, you use passphrases with this. Or you use key rings, but then again, that is separate from the computer and the operating system. So, besides that, there are 4 things you can do to either get back into your account or get your files back. And of course, the first 3 you have to do before this happens. And it will. And I repair enough computers to know that is one of the most leading reasons for them to bring it here. And I will explain why. Because it only affects a very, very specific set of people. It affects those that buy, mostly, not all the time, but mostly people who buy computers from computer stores like Future Shop and Best Buy and whatever. They're not computer stores. So sorry, computer stores, I know you do a great job, but Best Buy, Future Shop, don't buy a computer from them. It's a waste of your freaking time. They're underpowered, not well done, and they're missing the administrator account, which is on the disk of Windows. So yeah, why? You really want that thing. So what you will do is first, you'll get yourself a jump drive for each profile inside your computer. You will connect that. You go to Control Panel, go to Users, click your username, click the link written Prevent a Forgotten Password, follow the instructions, and for every user you will do the same thing, a different jump drive for each because it names the file the same thing all the time, puts it in the same place. Make sure you identify those jump drives, because those will save you one day. But that is the first thing you'll do. The second thing you will do is create the administrator that is missing from your computer in the first place. If you made your computer yourself and you have a real Windows disk, if you go into safe mode and you see 2 users when you only have 1 user when you're entering normally, that hidden user is the auxiliary or primary, if you prefer, administrator that allows you to do things like restore your computer, which sometimes fixes some of the files like the password file, or it allows you to delete password from profiles that you have lost access to. That allows you to gain access, and you can disable setting private of all the files and all that. But you want a second administrator, and then just to make yourself really safe, you will stop running as administrator, make yourself a limited user account. Make a jump drive for that one too. And run in there. It's a lot safer. You won't have as many problems with your files. The third one requires that you go to your hard drive manufacturer. There's a reason why there's no links in my show notes. Because it's all dependent on your computer. And on your version of Windows and everything. And basically it goes down to this. If you have a Western Digital hard drive, you'll go into the Western Digital website. If you have a Fuji one, you would go to Fuji. Seagate, you would go to Seagate. And you will go and collect the free hard drive utility tool that they have. Sometimes they have multiple, but you want the one that does the transfers, backups, and restores. And what's really cool is most of the time, it's Acronis True Image, custom built for that hard drive. But Acronis True Image is the tool you want to get. If you can't get it, buy it because it's worth it. I have it. It's awesome. You can make a backup of your hard drive, sector by sector, which is really huge. It's the same size as the hard drive. Or you can just make an image backup, which is smaller. You can compress it down, but I don't. But anyway. But you take that backup and put it on a different hard drive. Remember that USB key idea of mine? Well, it works even if it's from an image. So once a month, make an image of your hard drive, store it onto the drive, as many as you can get in. You probably get 2 or 3 if it's double the size of your hard drive. And what it will do is the day you corrupt your Windows, lose partition table like I recently did, or something crazy happens to your computer, like you get infected, you use that image to get back in. And even if you can't remember the password, USB jump drive, change password, you're in. Then there's a fourth way. Requires somebody a little bit more nerdy, or that's really good in computers, because it will require an understanding of Windows. You take the hard drive out of your computer, yes, out of your computer, and you put it in somebody else's computer that has Windows. Doesn't matter if you're running 7 and you put it in XP, you just won't be able to get the password out. But you will be able to access the privileges, change them, and gain access to all the files though, which is a cool thing. But XP can remove the password from an XP session. By doing this, it allows you to get back into your computer. Anything better than XP, you can't remove the password, but you can gain enough privileges to access all the files and make yourself a backup before formatting, at which point you will make yourself an auxiliary administrator. That way you have 2 plus a limited user, which is the absolute minimum you should be running, plus jump drives for all of them. They're $5 each at the counter. Don't worry about them. Just get the absolute cheapest one. The file is only a few kilobytes, so you can get a 256 one. It won't change anything. And here's the cool thing. Once you have all those files and you do all that, you'll never have this issue again. Especially if you make images, you'll restore your computer in 20 minutes. Next week, I'll be dealing with the issue of in-game buying. So for the iPad, iPhone, and iPod Touch, Apple may not like me, but of course you can update your software if your credit card's maxed out, and Apple can't charge you anyways. So let's make the playing field a little bit more even. You ever have a kid or somebody else that wants you to update, or they don't even ask you and then they buy a whole bunch of stuff in game, so you're getting charged obscene amounts of money for virtual items? It's fine if you do it yourself and you know about it. Well, there's something known as the restriction tools. So restrictions in those devices, and I'll talk about them, explain how they work, what you can do with them. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to TQA Weekly. You can do it at tqaweekly.com/subscribe, or above here or somewhere on the page if you're watching on one of those websites like YouTube or blip.tv. You can also go to tqaweekly.com for more information like show notes, mailing list, TQA Weekly branded gear and apparel, or Android application to participate in the survey, and all that great stuff. Have a great day. Remember to stay safe and online.